Well, welcome back. You're tuned into Conversations with Harriet and Juliette today. Elder Juliette Davis is our guest, an awesome woman of God. She can preach too. She can teach, she can preach. So if you are having a conference, a women's conference, a youth conference, singles conference, she has an amazing testimony. If you have anything that you can invite her to, she will definitely bless your conference, service, motivational speaker. She does it all. So make sure to go to her website, JulietteDavis.org. Is it Juliette Davis Ministries or Juliette Davis?
The website is JulietteDavis.org.
.org. Okay. Great. And I'm sure they can Google you as well.
Right, and I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
So you can definitely check me out there, Facebook/Juliette Davis Ministries, which is how I'm on Facebook.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, I know traffic was crazy today, and so we were thinking that our buddy Travis Woods, TJ Woods, is maybe stuck in traffic. But I know he has coming up. Youth Impact is coming up really soon. Tell us a little bit about that. Do you know much?
I do.
Okay.
Because he's a member of Mount Gilead, he has been earnestly pushing that event, and it is really going to be a blessing. The date is July 9th. It's going to be at U-Turn. And the amazing thing about it is that he has brought together other ministries, other youth ministries, and they're collaborating on this, which is so important because we're all trying to do the same thing. So wouldn't it be good if we did it together?
Exactly.
But they're going to be ministering on issues that are impacting our young people. It's going to be dynamic and exciting because it's going to be a message from them to them. So it's not some of the other generations talking to the younger generation. Is actually going to be their peers. So it'll be peer-to-peer ministry that day. There'll be a fashion show. There'll be some hype music. A lot of local guests that will be there. Ty Francis, who's pretty well known in this area. A lot of other artists that will be there.
So feed the kids as well.
Right. It's going to be exciting.
Fun and games.
Definitely.
Along with the classes and workshops, they'll have breakout sessions where the kids can play basketball in between, and so it's going to be a really nice event. I was really excited when he even asked me to partner with him, and I'm not one of the speakers, but I can do my part behind the scenes to support him, and also our financial support always. Of course, it always is very needed
because there are so many kids who can't attend because their parents, don't have the resources, and so we're working together, trying to bring all of the resources within the community together to be a blessing to our kids.
And it's a free event as well.
And it's a free event.
Exactly.
And one of the things that I want to say is that during the summer, it's so important that we have constructive things for our kids to do.
Keep them busy.
Because it is the devil's playground, when it comes to idleness.
Exactly.
And although, you may not have constructive activities for them to do, let me tell you who does have activities for your child to do. And so you don't want them to fall prey to, situations where, like you said, they're in the wrong place at the wrong time, or they don't have anything to focus on. And so as a result, anything will do, so they end up hanging out doing the wrong thing.
Exactly.
So it is an activity that will help set the tone, really provide an impartation for your child.
That's right.
And that's what you want. You want them to get the love of God and the Word of God on the inside of them. So it's not external anymore. It becomes internal.
That's right.
And that's when they begin to make different choices. And that's when they begin to understand that God has better for me. So that's why we're excited about this event.
Very excited. And it's www.youthimpact.com. youthimpact.com. And so go to the website and register your youth group. If you're a youth minister and you would like to partner with us and bring your youth ministry and be involved in it, then please again contact www.youthimpact.com, and that's Elder TJ Woods, Travis Woods. As we were talking about our kids for the summer, what are some of the things that we can do? I know that, the kids don't want to be churched out. We have to remember that.
Right.
That's what we, as coming up, being a PK, we were churched out. And so, the kids, we have to go to where they are these days. And so what are a few things that we could even do to, get our kids active this summer, doing things, to keep them busy?
Well, one of the things that I would recommend is to find out from your child or just take some time of reflection to identify what your child is interested in. Because that's the place where you're going to get the most enthusiasm and the most excitement is what they're interested in.
Yeah, that's true.
And as a result of that interest, one of the things that I've done recently is identify a place where my daughter can actually go and volunteer. And so as a volunteer, she has the ability to begin to explore further whether or not this is in fact what she thinks it is. And then in that knowledge, you know, to begin to gain some more insight so that then as a connection, that relationship will lend itself to her ability to say, okay, I found out that in order to do this successfully, you need a college degree, you need work experience, you need certifications, whatever those things are. It's always good for them to discover that. So it's career exploration is really what it is.
So find out what they're interested in.
Right.
And volunteer opportunities. Because there's always volunteer opportunities. We have homeless shelters here in Richmond. We have the food bank here in Richmond. So there's so many different church volunteers, and not all volunteer opportunities isn't always in church.
Right.
But even in church, a lot of the churches do have outreach ministries that the adults are doing and the kids aren't a part of. So even find out in your church if you have any type of outreach ministries and put your kids to work.
Right.
Exactly. Just no free time. My son knows, no free time. Even when my girls were growing up, they're grown. I'm not going to say they're old now because that means I'm old. But but when they were coming up, they had no free time at all. By the time they finished their school activities and sports and church activities, by the time they got home, ate dinner, did their homework, they were out like a light. No free time. We like that.